My baby shower was perfect until my sister handed me a gift box full of paternity test results. Read the fine print, she snickered. My heart raced as I saw. Probability of paternity, 0%. My husband stood up, but I just smiled. Check the other test results. His jaw dropped when he realized. I always imagined my baby shower would be one of the happiest days of my life. I never had a big wedding. Lucas and I got married at the courthouse. Quick, quiet, no fuss. We told ourselves we'd throw a huge party later, but life got in the way, and it never happened. So this baby shower? It felt like my one chance to have a special moment surrounded by friends and family. The house smelled like vanilla and cinnamon from the cupcakes my mother-in-law had brought, and soft instrumental music played in the background. Light pink and gold decorations were everywhere, and people were laughing, chatting, sipping on fruit punch. I sat in a large chair near the front of the living room, one hand resting on my belly, smiling as I watched everyone having a good time. It was perfect, until my sister walked in. Olivia always had a way of ruining things for me. We were only 2 years apart, but it might as well have been 10. Growing up, she was the smart, pretty, and charming one, the one my parents bragged about. I was the one who got in trouble, the one they had to keep an eye on. When I finally got my life together, when I found a good job and married a great guy, Olivia was the first to remind me that I wasn't all that special. And today, she looked like she was holding back a secret. She strutted in wearing an expensive beige dress and a smirk, her dark brown hair in perfect waves. Her husband, Marcus, trailed behind her, looking exhausted as usual. Olivia did that to people, drained them. Look at you, glowing, she said, giving me one of those fake hugs where she barely touched me. Motherhood suits you already. Thanks, I said, ignoring the sarcasm in her voice. Got a special present for you, she added, winking. Can't wait for you to open it. Something about her tone sent a chill down my spine, but I pushed the feeling aside. People started gathering in a semicircle around me as it was time to open gifts. There were tiny onesies, baby blankets, and a ridiculously expensive stroller from my mother-in-law. Lucas sat beside me, his hand resting on my knee, grinning as I unwrapped each one. Then Olivia handed me a large, neatly wrapped box. Save the best for last, she said, her voice dripping with amusement. I hesitated. Something wasn't right. The wrapping paper was thick and glossy, tied with a golden ribbon. I pulled it apart carefully, lifting the lid of the box. Inside, there were several envelopes stacked neatly, tied together with a bow. My name was written on the top one. I frowned, glancing up at Olivia, who was now biting her lip like she was holding back laughter. What is this? I asked. Just open it, she said sweetly. I reached inside and pulled out the first envelope. It felt official, the kind of document that comes from a lab or a hospital. I unfolded it slowly, my stomach tightening as I read the words. Paternity test results, alleged father, Lucas Whitmore, probability of paternity, 0%. My mouth went dry. For a few seconds, my brain refused to process what I was seeing. I felt my breath hitch, my fingers gripping the paper tighter. Lucas shifted beside me. What is it? I didn't answer. I couldn't. He snatched the paper from my hand and stared at it. His face, which had been so full of love and warmth just moments ago, twisted into something I'd never seen before. Something dark, furious, and betrayed. What the HLL is this? His voice was hoarse. I heard a few gasps from around the room. Someone whispered, "Oh my God." I turned back to Olivia, whose smirk had deepened. She was enjoying this. Read the fine print, she purred, arms crossed. Go on. I swallowed hard, flipping the page over. Nothing. Just a signature from some doctor I'd never heard of. I glanced back inside the box. More envelopes. I pulled out another. Different name. Different alleged father. 0% another. 0%. My stomach churned, nausea creeping up my throat. Lucas shot up from his chair, his entire body rigid. What is this? His voice was sharp, filled with something between rage and heartbreak. I looked up at him, but I could see it in his eyes. He was already doubting me. Lucas, are you serious right now? His voice was shaking. You CH'd on me? The tension in the room was suffocating. People were shifting uncomfortably, eyes darting back and forth like they were watching a car crash. I looked back at Olivia. She was radiating satisfaction. I took a deep breath, forcing myself to stay calm. I picked up the next envelope and handed it to Lucas. Check the other test results, I said evenly. He hesitated, his jaw tightening, then yanked the envelope open. His eyes flickered over the words, and his face drained of color. Alleged father, Lucas Whitmore, probability of paternity, 99.9%. Silence. The entire room seemed frozen. Lucas's mouth opened, then closed. He read the test again, his hands trembling. His voice cracked. It says, I know what it says. I turned to Olivia, my expression blank. I knew you'd try something like this, I said, my voice eerily calm. So I had multiple tests done. I wanted to be absolutely sure before anyone could try to ruin my life. Her smirk finally wavered. You're lying, she stammered. I let out a short laugh. No, you are. I held up one of the fake documents she'd given me. These are fake. I don't know where you got them, but you should have done your homework. People started murmuring again. Rachel, my best friend, took the fake test from my hand, looking between it and the real one. She gasped. This isn't even the same format. Lucas looked at me, guilt flashing across his face. I can't believe I shook my head, not ready to forgive him just yet. My mother, who had been quiet the entire time, finally spoke. Olivia, is this true? All eyes were on her. For the first time in her life, she looked small, like a cornered animal. I was just, she stammered, her voice growing weak. You were just trying to ruin my family, I finished for her. And then, she ran. Out the door, past the decorations, past the people whispering about her, past everything she'd just destroyed. I exhaled, my body trembling. Lucas reached for my hand, but I pulled away. This wasn't over. Not by a long shot. For a few moments, I just sat there, staring at the spot where Olivia had been standing. My hands were trembling, my heart pounding so hard I could feel it in my throat. The weight of what just happened was settling over me like a heavy blanket. Nobody knew what to say. The baby shower, this beautiful, happy moment, was completely wrecked. The air felt thick, suffocating. Rachel cleared her throat awkwardly. So, cake, anyone? A nervous chuckle rippled through the room, but no one moved. My mother looked horrified. My father was rubbing his temples like he had a migraine. And Lucas looked like he was still processing everything. I finally turned to him. You believed it, I said softly. His head snapped up, his eyes full of guilt. I didn't know what to think. It was so, you believed it. I repeated, my voice sharper this time. I panicked, okay? His voice was raw, desperate. I looked at that paper, and my mind just. I shook my head, pushing myself up from the chair. My belly felt heavier than ever. You didn't even hesitate to doubt me. I was in shock. His voice cracked. Can you really blame me? You saw what it said. I clenched my jaw, taking a deep breath. I get it, I muttered. I do. But do you have any idea how much that hurt? The way you looked at me just now. Like I was a stranger? Like I was someone you couldn't trust. His shoulders slumped. I'm so sorry. I wanted to yell. I wanted to cry. But I was too exhausted. I turned to my mother. I need to sit down. She immediately guided me to the couch, her face still pale. Of course, sweetheart. Just breathe. People started shuffling awkwardly, murmuring about heading home. They knew the party was over. My dad gave me a reassuring squeeze on the shoulder before he left. Rachel lingered for a second, giving me a look that said, I'm here if you need me. Then it was just me, Lucas, my mother, and Marcus, Olivia's husband. Lucas sat down next to me, running a hand through his hair. I swear to God, I never meant to doubt you. I don't even understand what just happened. Marcus, who had been silent this entire time, finally spoke. I do. We all turned to look at him. He was staring at the door Olivia had run through, his expression grim. Lucas frowned. What do you mean? Marcus let out a long, heavy sigh. I know why she did it. My mother narrowed her eyes. Marcus, what are you talking about? He rubbed his face, looking suddenly older. Olivia's been obsessed with the idea that she should have the perfect life, the perfect marriage, the perfect family. And every time something good happens to someone else, especially you, she can't handle it. I swallowed hard. But this? A fake paternity test? That's insane, Marcus. He let out a bitter laugh. You think I don't know that? You think I haven't watched her destroy friendships, sabotage people at work, manipulate our own family? I've been married to her for 8 years. I know exactly what she's capable of. Lucas leaned forward, his hands clasped together. So you're saying she did this because she was jealous? Marcus exhaled. She hates that you have a good marriage. That you're happy. That people love you. He shook his head. She couldn't stand it, so she did what she always does. She tried to burn it down. A sick feeling twisted in my stomach. She almost succeeded. Lucas flinched at my words. I won't let her come between us, he said quickly. I'll do whatever it takes to make this right. I didn't answer. I wasn't sure what would make this right. My mother, who had been eerily quiet, finally spoke. I need to talk to her. Marcus let out another humorless laugh. Good luck. She won't admit to anything. And even if she does, she'll twist it until she's the victim. I knew he was right. Olivia had spent her entire life manipulating situations to make herself look innocent. She was a master at it. But this time, she had gone too far. And I wasn't just going to let it slide. I looked at Lucas, then at Marcus. Where do you think she went? Marcus hesitated. If I had to guess, either home, or to my mother-in-law's house to get ahead of the story. I sighed, rubbing my temples. My head was pounding. I need to talk to her. Marcus gave me a knowing look. And what exactly are you planning to say? I met his eyes. I don't know yet. But she's not getting away with this. Lucas touched my arm hesitantly. Do you want me to come with you? I paused. A part of me wanted to say yes. But another part, the The part that was still hurt by how quickly he had doubted me. Wasn't ready for that. No, I said finally. I need to do this myself. My mother touched my shoulder gently. Sweetheart, are you sure? You should be resting. I let out a dry laugh. Resting? After my own sister just tried to ruin my marriage in front of my friends and family. She sighed. I just don't want you to stress yourself out too much. I reached for my purse, standing up slowly. It's a little late for that. Lucas stood up too. Just be careful, okay? His voice was laced with worry. I didn't answer as I walked toward the door. Marcus followed, grabbing his keys. Let's go, he muttered. As we stepped outside into the cool evening air, I felt a surge of determination. Olivia had played her game. Now it was my turn. Marcus drove in silence. His hands gripped the steering wheel so tightly his knuckles turned white. I could tell he was just as furious as I was. But there was something else in his expression, exhaustion. Has she always been like this? I finally asked. He scoffed. She's always been calculating. But this is a new low. He glanced at me before focusing back on the road. I don't know what you plan to do, but whatever it is, I'm with you. That surprised me. You don't want to protect her? His jaw tightened. I stopped trying to protect Olivia a long time ago. That told me everything I needed to know. Sure enough, we found Olivia exactly where Marcus predicted, at my parents' house. When we pulled up, her car was already in the driveway. I could see her through the large front window, pacing back and forth in the living room, waving her hands dramatically as she talked to my mom. No doubt she was spinning some woe is me story before I could get there. Not this time. I stepped out of the car, my heart pounding with adrenaline. Marcus followed close behind. When I pushed the front door open, Olivia froze mid-sentence. Oh great, she muttered. Here comes the performance. I ignored her and turned to my mother. Did she tell you everything, Mom? My mother looked uneasy. She said there was a misunderstanding. I barked out a laugh. A misunderstanding? Olivia faked multiple paternity tests and tried to ruin my marriage in front of everyone. My father stood from his recliner, looking between us. Is this true, Olivia? She scoffed, crossing her arms. I was just trying to protect Lucas. How was I supposed to know the tests were fake? I didn't make them. Marcus stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. Cut the crap, Olivia. We both know you did this on purpose. Her expression darkened. Oh, so now you're ganging up on me. My mother put a hand to her forehead, like she was getting a headache. Olivia, what were you thinking? Olivia let out a dramatic sigh. I was thinking that maybe someone should warn Lucas before he gets stuck raising another man's child. My blood boiled. You mean my child? The one that's his. I pulled out the real test from my bag and tossed it on the coffee table. Since you obviously have trouble reading, let me make it clear. Lucas is the father. You humiliated me in front of everyone for nothing. For the first time, a flicker of panic crossed Olivia's face. She trailed off, searching for a way out. I was just you weren't trying to do anything except ruin my life. I cut in. And you know what? I'm done letting you. She scoffed. Oh, please. What are you going to do? Cut me off. She laughed mockingly. You've said that before. I smiled. A slow, knowing smile. Oh no, Olivia. I'm not just cutting you off. She frowned. Then what? I leaned in slightly. I'm making sure everyone knows exactly who you are. Her smirk wavered. What? I pulled out my phone and tapped the screen. Hey, Rachel? Yeah, go ahead and send that video. Olivia's face went pale. What video? Marcus crossed his arms. Oh, you mean the one Rachel recorded? The entire baby shower was filmed, Olivia. Every word you said, every smug little look you gave, it's all on video. My mother gasped. Oh my God. Olivia's eyes darted to my phone. You wouldn't. I raised an eyebrow. Wouldn't I? Her voice rose. That was private. You can't. It was at my party, I said coolly. In front of everyone. And now? Everyone is going to see exactly what kind of person you are. Her mouth opened and closed like a fish gasping for air. You can't do this to me. Oh, but I already did. I said, my voice dripping with satisfaction. Rachel sent the video to our entire family group chat. And guess what? She also sent it to Lucas's family. And our friends. And I held up my phone, wiggling it slightly. It's already circulating. The color drained from Olivia's face. No, she whispered. Oh yes, Marcus said, smirking for the first time that night. You wanted to humiliate someone, Olivia? Congratulations. You just humiliated yourself. She spun to our mother. Mom, you're not going to let them do this to me, are you? My mother looked away, ashamed. Olivia, I don't even know who you are anymore. I expected her to lash out, to throw one of her infamous tantrums. But instead, Olivia just stood there, frozen, as the weight of what had happened crashed down on her. Her reputation? Destroyed. Her relationships? Shattered. And for once, she couldn't manipulate her way out of it. I took a deep breath, feeling lighter than I had in years. I think we're done here. I turned on my heel and walked out the door, Marcus following. Behind us, Olivia stood there, stunned and silent. For the first time in my life, I had won, and it felt damn good. The fallout was exactly what I expected. The video spread like wildfire. Olivia tried to do damage control, but it was too late. People saw her for who she really was. My relatives were furious, her friends distanced themselves, and even her job caught wind of it. Apparently, her boss wasn't thrilled about employing someone who faked medical documents to destroy her sister's marriage. Marcus? He finally had enough. He filed for divorce 2 weeks later. Lucas and I, we worked through it. It wasn't easy. I told him straight up that his doubt had hurt me more than I could put into words. But he proved himself over time, and when our daughter was born, I knew we were stronger for it. As for Olivia, she faded into the background. No more snide comments. No more manipulations. No more power over me. And honestly, that was the best revenge of all.